Welcome to Chris Allen's podcast. And here comes the show. All right, guys, welcome to the show. So we've been doing interviews here lately, and we've been doing some new stuff. Politics stuff as always, and bringing forth the news and talking about that. But one of the things that made this show popular in the past was talking about movies and stuff. So I wanted to get back a little bit to talking about some movies. Later today, unless my plans change, I'm going to be watching Black Adam. So I'm going to do a Black Adam review later on. I'll probably have that up tomorrow. And as always, whenever I do movie reviews, warn in advance, I'm going to spoil the shit out of the movie. It's what I do. I don't really oh, it was this okay movie. No, I'm absolutely going to spoil the shit out of it. That's what I want to do. So I want to get back to talking about some movies, and getting back into movies, reviews, and doing that stuff again, a little more often. But as always, I love talking about older movies, and I was like, I want to do the list, do this, best horror. What do I want to do? And you know what? Since just now getting back into it, I wanted to hit the top 10 worldwide highest money makers of all time. I'm gonna do the top 10 and talk about each one a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not sure if I've seen number 10. And we'll get into that. So number 10 was Furious 7, part of the Fast and Furious series. And I've watched several of the Fast and Furious movies. I watched the first one, watched the second one, didn't see Tokyo Drift. I think I saw 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not really sure. Because at this point in my brain, this is my problem with the Fast and Furious movies, is they all fucking blend together and are all unrealistic as crap. I just can't, they show people driving cars, jumping from one building skyscraper, landing into another building skyscraper. It's just, and we're not talking about superheroes here or nothing. They don't explain. Oh, they have superpowers. There's a chemical injected in them, made them better. Or this car's semi-intelligent with an alien possessing it. Or is it just supposed to be normal people driving cars? And I'm like, you hit a bump too hard in a car, your suspension is ruined. Okay, and that's my problem with these movies. But you know what? Number 7 apparently was the best in the series because it's the only one in the top 10, and it made a crap ton of money worldwide. It made $1,500,000. Van Diesel's bald head's paying off, and Paul Walker, yeah, Paul Walker. Rest in peace. I'm just saying. Did you know, though? I didn't know this. Did you know? Paul Walker had really bad dandruff. Yeah, I didn't find out till I found his head and shoulders in the dash. Oh. Wow. Anyway, so moving on to the horrible actually, I like the next movie. Hold on one. All right, sorry, I had to take a break. Back. Number 9, The Avengers, the first Avengers movie. Again, $1.5 billion. Look, this is the movie that, I'm not going to say created the Marvel Universe, but this is the movie where they finally brought everybody together. This is it's a great movie. It's a classic. As far as the Marvel movies goes, of course, love the first Iron Man. You can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong with any of the Marvel movies. I've yet to see a Marvel movie or Marvel TV series I didn't like. Giant nerd here. What do you expect? So you have the Avengers. The first time they come together. The first time they become a team. One of the best scenes in that movie in my mind is when Captain America finally takes the lead. The invasion's happening. All of them are right there. And he's giving each one of them directions. Tony Stark, I'm going to do this. Hawkeye, you take the top. You here with me in the middle. And he looks at Hulk. And because he's all hulked out. And he's like, Hulk, smash. That's it. That's all he said. And Hulk's like, I got this. I smash shit. That's what I do. Just like She-Hulk smashes Matt Murdock. Anyway, so great movie. I mean, you just can't go wrong with that, right? All right, going on number 8, Lion King. This might be, because I know you're like, oh, Disney owns Marvel, so they're Disney movies. Technically, yes, but The Lion King might be by far the best Disney movie ever made that was purely a Disney movie. I love the Toy Stories, don't get me wrong. I love like most Disney movies. I'm a big kid. But The Lion King, like introduced some really hard concepts for some kids, but it helped them deal with that. The concept of the circle of life. It has a really good story, good protagonist. The voices in that. You got Earl Jones. You got the dude who played Scar, whose name is skipped my mind, but just awesome voices. Great movie, great story, and Todd's liking awesome. 1.6 billion. Holy crap. Number 7, Jurassic World. Jurassic World. I mean, Jurassic Park rewritten, like not rewritten well. I mean, Jurassic World was just Jurassic Park Part 2. I mean, not even like it was like a remake almost. It was the same tropes, everything. I did watch it. I enjoyed it. I like the concept of Chris Pratt's character training the Velociraptors was pretty cool. I like the kind of turn they did with the one scientist actually being evil, and they finally explained why the dinosaurs have feathers. Oh, that was kind of neat. And I did enjoy the movie. It didn't feel like the next movie in the series. It felt like a redo. And they do that a lot when they take a movie. We made this movie 20 years ago. Let's do another sequel, and then they just kind of replay all the same tropes over. So it did that, and I didn't really like that much. That part of it, but as far as just enjoying a movie, it was a good enjoyable movie. Dinosaurs attacking, come on. And at one point, the people like, hey, we're going to stop bringing dinosaurs back to life on islands. Apparently it's bad. They don't ever figure that out, though. They're all about the money. All right, and that made almost 1.7 million. 1,671,000. A lot of money. Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, come on. This is a great movie. It's a Spider-Man movie. Again, another Marvel movie. Marvel owns this list. So by Disney owns this list. Because I think all but like 2 movies on this list are owned by Disney. Just saying. They're 3. Yeah. Spider-Man No Way Home. What can you say? Spider-Man No Way Home. And that's, Spider-Man is in the foreign countries fighting Mysterio, even though he's not fighting Mysterio, and it sets up a lot. It's really just a great movie. $1.9 billion. Whoo, yeah, you can't. Tom Holland's set because he gets it back in. Just saying, and he's a great actor. I like Tom Holland. If you ever get bored and you just want to see something great, type in Tom Holland lip sync battle and watch him do a Rihanna. That's great. It was awesome. All right, number 5. Avengers Infinity War. $2 billion. Now, this movie is by far the saddest movie until we read through the newest Spider-Man. Was the saddest movie? Like, the saddest movie? Because the Avengers lose. That's the catch to this movie. They lose. Like, the snap happens. Half the people in the world disappear. Like, Vision gets his head ripped apart to get the last stone. Like, this movie was intense. It starts, like, the first scene is Loki getting his neck snapped. Holy crap. Like, this. So, yeah. Go into that movie prepared for sadness. The good news, Loki kind of gets to come back from that, kind of in a way, so it's awesome. Not in that movie. He gets his TV series. You guys know about that. All right, number 4, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And you want to talk about a movie, fandom-wise, that everybody was looking forward to when it came out. No wonder it made $2 billion. And of the new series, the best one. The second one kind of sucked, number 8. And number 9 had a great ending, but getting there was a slog. They drug that shit out way too long. So, like, if you watch, like, The Force Awakens and, like, the last 20 minutes of the new movie, then it's awesome. Or number 9, that's awesome. But in the middle, man, I don't know if the writers took some slow pills that day or what, but, man, it took them a minute to get there. But you get the Star Wars fan base, and honestly, right now, Disney is killing it with their shows, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, the Obi-Wan, all of them. Disney knows what they're doing with their Disney Plus service. Everybody should have it. And they're still not a sponsor. All right, number 3. I hated this movie so much. The Titanic. It brought in $2.2 billion. So apparently my hate for it doesn't matter. the highlight to me in this movie was watching Leonardo DiCaprio die. Like, I was like, finally something I can get behind. Ah, I do love the fact that they had the band playing as the Titanic was sinking. This is one of those movies that's hard to watch because you know what's going to happen. Like, it's a historical movie. Like, you know, all the people are going to die. So you're building up for that. And then the home, you get the selfish bitch on the door and she won't let DiCaprio on it. Oh, no, there was plenty of room. You know, she's like, oh, you're the poor guy. I'm going to let you go. Maybe another rich guy will find me later. And I mean, historically, great movie. I just, man, this movie came out in the 90s. I was a high school kid in the 90s. All right. Every girl was so in love with Leonardo DiCaprio. All you did was hear about him. And there's some hatred there. I'm not going to lie. There's some hatred. Maybe I should let that go and give this movie another shot. I'm not going to, but maybe I should. All right, number 2. I mean, at one point it was the number 1 movie, and in my opinion, it should still be the number 1 movie. We'll get to that in a second. $2.7 billion, Avengers Endgame. The movie where the Avengers prove what Tony Stark said. He goes, when he said in the first movie, in the first Avengers movie, when he's talking to Loki, he goes, you may beat us. You may win. But we will avenge. We are the Avengers. Right? And that's what the Endgame was all about. Okay, we lost to Thanos. That's cool. Now it's time to avenge. And that's what they did. They pull it out. They go back in time. They get the stones together. They bring everybody back. And then Tony Stark ultimately sacrifices himself in one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the movie. Good Lord. I mean, he snaps Thanos away. Oh, yeah. Like, you may defeat us, but we will avenge. And to me, that was a perfect wrap-up for the Avengers from the first movie, when he said that to Loki, to the last movie in Avengers Endgame. It was great. And they saved the day for 2.7 and almost $2.8 billion for that. And worth every penny. Now, number 1 movie, Avatar. $2.9 billion. And this is why I don't think they deserve that. Okay? Avengers Endgame, 1 release of theaters. I think they did 1 second release, but like it was just right after the first one where they added a little more footage and put it in there, but not a lot. And they put them over top. Number 1 movie. Bam. Highest grossing movie of all time. And the people who made Avatar, James Cameron, all over, couldn't have that happen. And Avatar has been re-released to theaters so many times. Like, oh, we found 2 more minutes of something we're gonna add to it, re-release it. So we're gonna get another $100,000, another $100,000, And they did that and did that until finally they took the number 1 spot back again. And Avatar, honestly, Pocahontas in space is what that movie is. If you ever get bored, go watch Pocahontas, then go watch Avatar, and realize they just changed a few words in the script and called it a day. It's the same movie. Now, Avatar's pretty. It's very pretty. It's a pretty movie. And I actually did enjoy watching the movie. It was a good story because I like the Pocahontas movie too. But honestly, I honestly think if you take away all their extra releases, they're like number 3 or 4 on this list, and that's where they belong. They don't belong to be number 1. 1 release, bam. Actually, and if you do adjusted gross, it's still not even the number 1 movie. It's like Gone with the Wind, which I'm like, oh, well, taste, I guess. All right. So, yeah, in my opinion, on this list, the top 10 list, the best movie on this list, I'm going to say, oh, man, number 1 movie on this list, that's a tough call. Number 1 movie on this list. I'm going to go with The Avengers. Because that was the movie that brought the Avengers together. I mean, I loved all of them. Infinity War was great. Endgame was great. Spider-Man No Way Home was great. All of them were great. But, yeah, The Avengers, the first Avengers movie, best movie on this list. And honestly, I think I can go back down and watch all the Avengers movies in order because they're awesome. Although it seems like Age of Ultron gets forgotten a lot. But that was a really good movie, too. And honestly, kind of gave the hint of Captain America being able to pick up Thor's hammer. If you go back and watch that, it moved. It did move. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful day. And bring back another class thing used to. Bad joke of the podcast. Are you ready? All right. How do you supply... blah. I messed it up. We'll do this again. How do you surprise a blind man? You leave a plunger in the toilet. Everybody have a wonderful day. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show wherever you're listening to this show. If you're listening to the Chris Allen Show, awesome. If you're listening to the Jason E. Jones Show, even better. We look forward to bringing you more contact. And if you want to help us out with that, you can hit us up at www.patreon.com/worstjokes and help fund the show. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us at cman234 at Twitter, at cman234 at Twitter. You can find on Facebook the Chris Allen Podcast. You can find Jason on Facebook, the Jason E. Jones Podcast. You can also find him on Twitter too. Just search for the Jason E. Jones Podcast, and you'll find him. We're all there. We're all here for you. If you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to an email at asktheangryninja@gmail.com. You want to be on the show, reach out, hit us up. We'll get you on the show, interview. You want to come tell a joke, tell a joke. We're all here. If you have an outrageous story, I'd love to hear it. We'll put that up too. So just let us know. And if you have anything you want to hear, let us know. Twitter's the best way just to let you know. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.